Hi everyone. Good evening, everyone. Good day, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. Um, my name is Princess, and you are all welcome to Princess Beyond Passions. Thank you all for coming around. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who is always coming to my LS, to my live stream. Because you know that I always make way for everyone. Yes, yes. Okay, before we start, I'd like to say a word of prayer. Father God, I thank you for today. Thank you for this live stream. Thank you for life. Thank you for this is the day that you have made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you, O God, because it has pleased you to make this day come to pass. Thank you. I commit this live stream into your hands. I commit the channels that will be present here into your hands. I pray, oh God, that at the end of this live stream, let someone or some people or all of the people go away happy and go away learning, having learned one thing or the other. And let the people make good friends here and stay with their friends. Let our channels make progress. And no trouble brew us. In Jesus' mighty name, I pray. Amen. Yes, welcome everyone. I'm just going to play this music that I usually play. I'll use it to start the LS and I'll use it to end the LS as well. Please let me know if I am too dark because this is natural light I'm using. If I'm too dark, let me know so I can turn on more lights. Okay? Yeah. Thank you everyone for coming. I appreciate you all. All right. Let's just quickly fish out this music and see what we can do with it. Uh, yeah. Gordon, you are welcome. Thank you for coming. I see you. I see you. How are you today? Hope you are good. Hope your day has been going well. You are welcome. How has your day been? Am I clear enough? Tall man, you are welcome. Tallman TV, you are welcome. Welcome. Yes, Tallman TV. Do you wish your channel to be featured here? If you wish your channel to be featured, tell me so I can put down your name. So when it is time, I'm going to drop the link. You come up and tell us about your channel. Is that okay? If you wish. If you don't wish, it's okay. I'm good, thank you. I was away for blood tests today and do have some. Oh, oh, that's good. You went for blood tests. So I hope. What was the sum that you had? Because obviously the result of the blood test is not going to come out today. It takes a few days before you can get it. Yeah. But oh, you had some laughs. Oh, that's good. So tell me what happened. Liege Edward, you are welcome. Okay, let me pause. Let me pause the music. All right, Matilda Film TV, you are welcome. Same blood, some blood. Okay, you had some blood. You had some blood. Did you drink some? Oh, Liege Edward, you are welcome. Matilda Film TV, thank you, sis, for coming. You're welcome. Britney's Life, you are welcome. Now, please tell me. I intend to feature channels today, upcoming channels. Uh, the first person to come in here with a channel is Tallman TV. Tallman TV, would you like to be featured? If yes, put yes in the chat. Liege or Liege Edward, please let me know if you would like to be featured. Matilda Film TV, please let me know if you would like to be featured. Britney's Life, let me know if you would like to be featured. By featuring, I mean I'll throw down the link and then you will come up and tell us what you do. And then we'll ask, people to go to your channel, subscribe, uh, watch you and see if that's what they like. They'll subscribe to you and stay connected to you. Yes, that's what I intend to do with a lot of the channels that come in today. So if you would like to be featured, just say yes, and I'll tick down your name for that. No, ma'am, just here to support. Thank you. All right, Brittany's Live. Thank you so much for coming to support Edwin's Talk Show. I see you. I see you. All right, guys. If you are not subscribed to my channel, uh, I ask you to kindly subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell to all so you'll be notified whenever I have a new upload and whenever I come on live stream. Okay, and also please give me a thumb up if you are here. Afromex family, you are welcome. You are so welcome. Matilda, are you laughing at me? Sorry about that. Hi everyone. Okay, let me know if you would like to come up and tell us what you do. Tell us what your channel does. Yes, that's what I mean by what you do. You talk to us about your channel. I'll give you some minutes. You talk to us about your channel, and then so that people who do not know you will have a chance to know you and to feature on your channel. Last week we had a discussion here and I had said I would continue the discussion, but it's as if that discussion was so deep. People were like telling me, "Oh no, take a break next week." I said, "Okay, let me see the kind of people who would come in today. Then I would know if I'm going to continue that discussion or not." So I wouldn't really know if you would like me to throw out that discussion again so that we can continue on that discussion, or what you would really prefer us to do. Ayatiako, you are welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, give the host a thumb up. Thank you. Please give the host a thumb up. Thank you, Matilda. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ayatiako, how have you been, ma'am? How is work? And are you in summer yet? I think so. Okay, if so, are you enjoying your summer? Yeah, Afromix family, I appreciate your coming. How have you been? How is your lovely family doing? Hope your channel is doing very well as well. You are all welcome. Well, the discussion for last week that I had said will continue this week has something to do with what do you do if you have a partner who is repeatedly accusing you. That is, if you have a partner who is always accusing you of one thing or the other, you know and that keeps on bringing trouble into the home. What do you do? How do you manage? How do you handle such a situation? How do you handle such a partner? And how do you handle it when um, you have a partner who does that to you? We had a few people talk to us about how they would handle it and all that. That was last week. But I don't know. Princess, I'm digging your funky nail. Oh, thank you very much. Funky nail colors. Yeah, it's summer, so and I like bold colors as well. Yeah. Thank you, Gordon. I'm still at work. We'll be away early September. All right, Ayatiako. Oh, that will be fine. You're going on holidays. Oh, wow. Ah, happy you, happy you, happy you. Lucky you too. Okay, so yes, so that's those are the two things. Um, would you like to be featured? If you'd like to be featured, by featuring I mean if you would like to come up and tell us what you do, what your channel does, what your channel is all about. Let me know. I'll drop the link for you to come up. The other one is if you would like to come up and let us partake in the discussion, the ongoing discussion from last week that we're continuing. What do you do when your partner keeps accusing you all the time, and that brings, arguments and sadness into the home? How do you handle it? So those are the two things on ground. So those who want us to discuss, can you put one in the chat if you want us to vote? Those who want us to discuss, put one in the chat. Those who want channels to be featured, put two in the chat. So that's what we're about this evening. VYBZ TV comedy. You are welcome, VYBZ. Bridge TV, you are welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so very much for coming. Hello, Afrimix family. Ayatiako is saying hello to you. Yeah. Okay. Um. Yes. Okay. Um. Yeah. So that is it. That is what we. I hope you guys are hearing me very well. Let me see the volume. Yeah. Yeah. For one second, I thought I was almost talking to myself. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you all so much for coming. Yes, please, while we are at it, if you don't have anyone, please connect with who you don't have. Please support uh, the people that you are connected with. Yes, we can hear you. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for confirming that. Hello, Cindy Style. You are welcome. How are you, darling? How are you? Hope you have you're having a good day. Thank you so much for coming. All right. Okay. Hello everyone from Bridge TV. I'm good, and you? Yeah, I'm having a good day. All right, that's good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, Cindy. Oh, spice it up with Onwadia. Thank you for coming. Hello, host. Greetings, my gorgeous Cindy. Cindy, spice it up with Onwadia is here saying hello to you. All right. Yeah, thank you all for coming. For the people who are just coming in, I had given two options. Last week, we started a discussion on um, how to handle accusations, incessant accusation from your partner or from people around you or from your family or friends, people who are constantly accusing you. How do you handle such people? That was the discussion we started last week, and I said if I see the turnout today, perhaps we might continue with the discussion. Yeah. But at the same time, if because it was a serious discussion, and sometimes people want to come home and relax, but that discussion was a serious thing. So some people were like, "Oh, this next week, princess, we just want to have fun. We don't want to." Is why I have put out the title "Promote Your Channel, Feature Your Channel." So, in case you want to feature your channel, I'll also drop the link for you to come up and tell us what you do in your channel, so that people who do not know you will have a chance to know you, and also, you know, pay you a visit. Go check out what you do in your channel. That is the purpose of featuring your channel. Yeah. All right. The conversation. So while we're at it, so while we're at it, please make friends with who you don't have. Okay, mega shout out to you all. Um, Mega shout out to you all. Matilda, Phil, thank you. Okay, so let me ask the question then. If Let me just put the question out there and let it hang on there. How do you deal with false accusations from a partner, a partner slash people around you? Okay, there it goes. And I'll just put it out there. That's the question. I feel it is best to ignore if the person is not your partner. Okay. If he happens to be a partner, we sit down and talk about it. Okay. Accusations can be hurtful. Yes, that is true. That is quite true. Accusations can be hurtful. Yeah. That is two parts. Spice it up with Omaria just said that it is best, she feels it is best to um, ignore accusations if the person is not your partner. Yes, yes. If the person is not your partner, it's best to just ignore that. Ignore it and move on. But if the person is your partner, or if the person happens to be a partner, then it's better to sit down and talk about it. Sit down and talk about it. Okay. Sit down and talk about it. Yes. So, and we all know that being accused falsely, being accused falsely, oh my goodness, being accused falsely is so hurting. It hurts so much when people begin to accuse you falsely. Oyoyo's word, you're welcome. And Cindy says, "You can't accuse me and get away with it." That's why I was laughing. Oyoyo World, gorgeous, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming. We started a topic last week and we said we're going to continue it this week, because it's something deep. When we started it last week, it happened to be very deep. Yes. And the thing is, how do we deal with how do we deal with people who are constantly falsely accusing us? Yeah, if you have a partner who is falsely accusing you um, most of the time, or if false accusations bring about a lot of arguments at home, then you see that if someone is being falsely accused all the time, or most of the time, or some of the time, then it eventually means that somebody is going to be sad in that relationship, or in that home, because being accused falsely usually is hurting. So how do we handle such a situation if it is your partner who is doing that to you? Now, we've had a lot of people say, oh, if it's a partner, sit down and talk about it. Yes. Yes, that's what everybody says. Sit down, talk about it. Sit down, talk about it. And that if it's someone from out there, that it is something you can easily ignore, maybe not easily, but something you can ignore. That's what we said, right? And Spice It Up with Omadi also said the same thing today again. If it's someone, um, it's best to ignore it if it's someone from out there. But if it's your partner, you have to sit down and begin to talk about it. Host, did you say partner? Yes. I did say partner, yes. Oyoswa says, did you say partner? Yes, I said partner. I can't stay with that person, especially knowing that adults are very difficult to change. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Adults are very difficult to change. Please, if you want to come up, the link is out there. You may come up and yeah, let's see. Let me see how I can pin the link. People, sorry, before I pin the link, let me read the next chat. People don't know what to accuse you of because you have so many faults, but real and imagined. Oh my goodness, Gordon. Oh no. Okay, sorry. I want to see if I can pin the link. Yeah, so that the link is up there, so that whoever wants to come in can easily get on the link and come share with us. Yeah. This topic, you guys know that every topic I bring out is usually as a result of, yeah, yeah, I think I have succeeded in pinning the link now. Yeah, let me see how it appears. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right, all right. So I have pinned the link. Yes. So if you're interested in coming up to discuss or to share your opinion and share your views instead of typing, please feel free to do so. Um, uh, yeah, spice it. Okay. Greetings and greetings. Oh, okay. Yo Soul says, Spice, my beautiful sis, you know I love you. Spice it up with Omadia. Yo World says she loves you. So you should know she loves you. Good. All right. Okay. All right. Let me bring. I see someone. Yes. So your use word is around. Okay.
Hello, hosts,
Hello. Hello. Your use word. You are
and hello,
welcome.
everyone in the chat room.
Uh, Oyoyo's World, let me quickly introduce Oyoyo's World. Oyoyo's World has two channels, and one is a cooking channel, and this one is she is just in a world of her own. She does trending gist and all. Uh, well, that is Oyoyo's World. She will come and tell us what she does, and then she participates in the discussion. Gigi Masibo, you are welcome. Thank you for coming. All right, Oyoyo's World. The floor is yours now. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, host, for having me. Um, when I heard accusation, falsely accused by a partner, my eyes popped up because, hey, young lady, sorry, I had to talk to my kids
It's all right.
because we all know relationship. You understand? Even if it's a boyfriend girlfriend thing, at least you have a quick exit for you to leave. But when it comes to marriage, it's a commitment. And then on top of the commitment, you're accusing me falsely all the time. I just thought about it. Wait. False accusation. Do people actually go through that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Because on my own, right? Life is too short. We all know that. And life is all about stress. We can't pretend about it. I just finished having a 30 minutes discussion with my little kids, telling them the moment you leave your door, you're going to school. You stand on the bus stop under the winter to go to school. You go to work in my state, in my country where I am now. As a black man, you're walking on the street, you're praying that you not be picked by the police so
Yes.
that nobody can accidentally, shoot you. Life
Mm.
is so stressful as it is. Then you now come inside that place you call like your own heaven, home. You're now being falsely accused. When will it stop?
Yeah.
I know you said when you're falsely accused, we talk about it. If you talk about it, like I know adults are difficult to change, does that help improve in the relationship? Does the person actually change and stop the accusation? Because if it's a repeated thing that happens all the time, I don't think nobody wants the stress. That's the way I would look at it. You can accuse me once. I will say, okay, fine, maybe it was a mistake, or maybe we are new in a relationship. We don't even know each other very well. We are trying to like get to know each other. But the moment you develop that commitment and bond between two persons, you start understanding that this person is honest. But at the same time, you must have courted with that person. You must have spoken with that person, gotten a little hold of the person's background, family, integrity. Once you know the person's integrity, you understand, you'll be able to say, yeah, this is this person's reputation. Then coming to falsely accuse somebody. I personally do not know how to deal with that, but my sanity is my greatest asset. If
Yeah.
my health, my mental health is not in order, I cannot function. And I can't live in an environment that is toxic, in the sense that any small thing is that you're suspecting something or you're accusing me of something, I will simply walk away. Life
Yeah.
is too short, especially when I correct the first time, you repeat it again. I will give you 3 instances. It might not be consecutively, you understand? It might be in a widespread of 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
3 instances, and if no change is made, I will sit you down and tell you, I love you so much, but this is the reason I need to be apart. If you think it's something you can work on it. If you mean it means seeing a therapist, do something. If you recover, then we can pick it from where we stop.
Yeah. Absolutely. You said something. You said Your sanity is your greatest asset. I'm,
Hi. Nne. Hey.
I'm bringing up Spice It Up with Onwadia. Spice It Up with Onwadia. You are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Spice It Up with Onwadia does relationship
She does relationship. Oh. Let her come and teach us how
relationship
people
in
can
her
deal with this. You
Oh
people are
my
like,
God.
hey,
It's a serious thing, man. It's a
Princess,
serious
when you
thing.
said it, I was trying to like I took a 1 hour break to come and clean my because I work from home, clean my house. Then I said, in a relation, you can accuse me elsewhere. I don't care, I don't know you. But that place I call peace, oh boy, my eyes want whoa. I say, where is this lady's link?
Thank you so
Relation-
much. I love you too, Oyoyo Sword. I admire you. I love you so much. Thank you.
Love
So
you, sis.
on this matter, like I typed before, anybody can accuse me. I don't care. Outside, I don't care. You can say all you want to about me. I mean, I can actually cut you off. I can decide to block you out of my life completely. But you see, my home, my husband is the only person that can accuse me and it will touch me to get to me.
Mhm.
He is the
yeah,
only person opinion that matters to me.
Correct.
So if my husband happens to be the one accusing me wrongly, I will have to ask myself this question. I will look inward. Is this accusation true? First, is there something I'm misrepresenting? Is my body language giving me away? Or is there more to it? I will try to ask and find out first. But if I have searched myself and I know within me I have done nothing wrong, I know within me I haven't given you any reason to doubt or accuse me falsely, I will discuss it. And if you are not stopping, look, my mental health is paramount. I don't joke with my mental health. I have been at the other end where I have broken down before. And I wouldn't want to find myself in that situation. I will have to get somebody he respects involved. That is where I bring in a third party because trust is something I don't joke with. Once broken down, it's difficult. The marriage is gone.
Mhm.
Once you
yeah,
can't trust your partner, forget no matter what you do, that marriage is as good as gone.
yeah,
So if my husband happens to be the one that is accusing me falsely, and I know within me that I am not guilty of that accusation, I will have to get somebody involved. That is the place I bring in a third party. And it has to be somebody he respects so much, somebody he listens to, somebody he fears, because every man has someone he listens to. If your partner doesn't have somebody he respects and fears that he listens to, then you are in trouble.
mhm,
It could be a spiritual head, it could be maybe his father or his mother, it could be anybody, but let it be somebody well respected. So I will
yeah,
have to get the person involved and we clear ourselves, even if it means meeting a professional. We clear ourselves. But you see, as for any other outsider, my mother or father or sister, brother, I'm not living with them. I can actually cut anybody off for my mental health, for my peace of mind. I can actually cut anybody out of my life in order to enjoy that peace and tranquility in my home. But if it now becomes somebody I'm living with, I mean, I can't cut him off. I can't avoid him. So in that case, I will know it's something serious that I will have to deal with. We talk it over, and if it's something we two cannot resolve on our own, then we get somebody involved in it. Thank you.
absolutely. You are welcome. Thank you so much for that contribution. Uh, the reason first of all, let me welcome the people who came in while we were talking. Um, Lady Ifechi family, you are welcome. Thank you so much for coming in, sister. Thank you so much, ma'am. Alimatu, you are welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Anna Agbai official, you are welcome. Gigi Masibo Empire, you are welcome. Anna Oji, You are welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you all for coming. Okay, as ridiculous or as whatever this thing might sound, there are people going through this. And that is why I decided to bring it here so that the person who talked to me about this thing, perhaps the person might, come around or watch later on to see the contributions of people. So last week I brought it here and we talked about it. And I had said, some people were here last week. If you remember what I said, I had said that if we discuss it well, if we bring out, dig it up and dust it very well, and the person is satisfied, then we are not going to bring it up again. But if after dealing with this and the person is not, uh, like some of the things that we have said here already, that person has already done these things, right? And it has come to a very desperate time, and it's so frustrating for that person. So she had asked to, for us to keep on talking about this thing. Perhaps something might come up that she will do to, salvage the what is left of that relationship, because
Host,
um
host,
yes, yes.
sorry, if I may ask, what exactly is she being accused of? At least that would give a clue on how to handle the situation.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a good question.
okay, there are several things. One is infidelity.
Okay.
Hmm.
Is that bad to the extent that sometimes she's at home, like a day she's not out, she is at home, and then the partner will go and come back and still accuse her of going out, right? And say, oh, somebody said they saw you in so 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 place.
Hmm.
And she's like, but I've been in the house all day, so how could I have been? Some of the accusations are outrightly ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah,
There's a big trust
Okay.
issue here.
yeah,
Yeah, there's a big trust issue. I think something triggered this. Something must have
Yes.
happened
Yes.
that
I
made
think
the
so too.
man lose trust where she is. Something triggered it. She must have done something, if I am not mistaken, that probably, pushed the man to begin to suspect her. Even if she didn't cheat, maybe, this thing called white lie is very dangerous. White
yeah.
lie.
Like
You are
what
not
she
cheating.
I asked her, sorry to
Yeah.
come in. I asked her that something must have triggered it and that something must have made him lose trust. And she said no, that he actually was the one who cheated, right? And he had been doing
Okay.
it. Yes, he had been doing it until she found out. She found out, and then she decided to confront him about it. Actually, one of the people that he cheated with came to the house, right? Pretending to be that they were old schoolmates. They met somewhere now. So, old schoolmates, something like that. So, meet my old schoolmate and blah, 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 blah. And brought her to the house. So, from there, once in a while, she would come, once in a while. But eventually, she found out that he was going out with her. Not only her, with someone else.
Sure.
Hmm.
Yes, so she decided to confront him and say, oh, I trusted you, and this person that you brought to the house, you're even going out with the person, you know. So they talked about it for a while, and he said he wasn't going to do it, and he wasn't going to do it again. And then it seemed like it died down because she didn't want to leave the relationship. They have kids. So it seemed like it died down. The woman stopped coming to the house and it died down. Then later on, she now realized, this is what she told me. She realized that Anytime they have a little argument, he will now start accusing her.
That is a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
Yes, he will now start accusing her instead. So before she accuses him now, or say, oh, anything about that, he would accuse her and say, "Oh, by the way, I was. Somebody told me they saw you in so place where she had never even thought of going." He would come, and that's the one that pained her most, that made her cry out and say, "Oh, please discuss this," because she has reached the end of herself. She doesn't know what next to do. That it's possible that they are at the verge of separation and divorce. Okay, so that's why, so when I brought the topic here, I had mentioned that it's a very serious thing, so that we don't, not today, I mean last week, so that we don't trivialize it because it's something that has to do with human lives.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
yeah,
think the suggestion Spicy made here is what they might need at this point, because if he's not using his own cheating habit to accuse her, they should seek for help. They
yeah,
should seek for help where they have a third party. It might be like a Spicy said, somebody he respects. It could be a spiritual leader, or it could even be a health professional. Sit to have this one-on-one discussion with somebody that is not, going. Will I say a neutral person that will listen to both of them to advise them. Because I remember what happened here. A friend of mine gave birth to a child. We went to hospital to see the baby. I was like, oh my goodness, Nne, this man just cheated you so badly with this child. Oh. No resemblance of you in the child. Do you know the woman's response?
no,
That thank God he looks like him, or if not, he would have been, I'm not the father of the child. I said,
wow, see,
what?
Wow.
yeah,
So when you think
yep,
all is well with people outside, all isn't well. You don't know what people are going through in their home. And
mm,
this man that the lady that said that to me, her husband happened to be in a relationship, I think before she got here or something. And then that led to having a child, and or maybe after she got here the man continued to see the girlfriend. You had a girlfriend here, but you left the girlfriend, you went back to Nigeria, you married a woman, you brought the person here, and you continue to date your girlfriend to the point that a child came. And
wow,
according to people, that child is a replica of the man. So the man was still trying to entertain the two until the girl said, "What is even wrong with the both with you? Each time you see this girl, lady in a function, you are all over the place around her. Are you the only person? You know that kind of a thing." So the guy
Mm-hmm.
now started being suspicious of the wife. After all, when you could go this night walk that you could they do in the hospital, do I know where you could go to?
aha, see,
So that's similar to what this person is going through.
yes,
So
that is it.
when she told me that in the hospital that thank God the child is looking like this, I was like, I was taken aback. I say, to that extent, you know, to that extent. So I think the best thing is to talk to somebody. How they both conquered their problem was the girl stopped worrying. When I mean stop worrying, she devoted more all her energy time to her children on how to raise them. She now started talking to her father more instead of her mother. You understand? So
Wow,
she started talking so that she will hear from a man's point of view.
perspective.
Yeah, she started talking to her father. Her father became the beacon she would run to. Daddy, what do you
Mm,
think I should do about this? He hasn't changed. He's still behaving. This is not a 2 years event. It's not 3 years. It's not 4 years. It took them over 6 years for them
wow,
to come back to what relationship should be. Kind
mm,
of. You understand? So it's a work in progress. And if this person is willing to give it the 10 yards, she can go ahead to try other options, talk to someone that will be able to talk to both of them. And then if all of those are not working, she should devote her time in something that gives her pleasure. If it's her children, she should devote her time in her children and then take a little time off, things that will bring that attention from the man, always there on the face kind of situation. You know, use that energy for something productive and see if she can make herself happy. If the man see that you're happy despite all the heat he's giving you in the house, he will start thinking otherwise. What is really making this
Mm.
lady tick? And see if that will help.
Yeah.
Yes. Honestly, you have spoken well, Oyoyo's word. You
Yes. It's
see, this thing called trust, once it's broken, oh, God have mercy. People are going through a lot, honestly.
yes. People
And you
are.
know, some of these men, you know, they I think how do we say it back then when we were growing up? We say the best form of defense is to attack.
Yeah.
Yes.
You understand? So
Yes.
that's the best form. They know they are guilty and will decide to attack. So you don't suspect them. Like she said,
Yeah.
the best way is to ignore for your peace of mind, for her peace of mind. Ignore the man totally, all he's saying. Let it enter through one ear and pass through the other ear. Pay attention to her work and to her children, anything that gives her joy. Eventually, he will stop. And if he doesn't stop, I keep saying it, marriage is still not a do or die affair. If you know your mental health can no longer take it, you leave. You
Yeah.
leave. He will be the one to lose, or you separate for a while. Let him come back to his senses. And if he's not ready to come back to his senses, you move on with your life. I mean, nobody has the monopoly of making another person's life miserable. You
Mm.
don't have that license to make my life miserable. We are both in this marriage. You are not doing me a favor. Neither am I doing you a favor. We are both in it because we choose to build a family. We choose to live together and be happy. And if you're going to deprive me of that happiness, that peace of mind, then I'm going to leave, separate for a while. If he is not ready, I mean, after consulting somebody, after speaking with someone or going for counseling, if he is still not ready to change, separate. Separate for your peace of mind. Look, a lot of women have been so mentally abused, emotionally abused with all this, that they have lost their sense of being. They've lost who they are. They no
Yeah.
longer know who they are. They've become a shadow of themselves.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the
No
truth.
man should make any woman's life miserable. Marriage is beautiful. It is
Yeah.
beautiful. It is my safe heaven. If it's no longer a safe heaven and becomes a hell, leave.
Yes, I
Yeah.
believe
Talk to
so
the
too.
lady, talk to the woman involved. If she has done all this and this man is still accusing her, I mean, and she's trying to ignore, give him time. If it's not getting better, then it's not worth fighting for. There are marriages that are worth fighting for.
Mm.
But if it's going to make her life miserable every day with these false accusations, it will end up destroying her self-esteem. That's what it does.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
It will
Most
destroy her
definitely.
self-esteem.
Yes. It will destroy self-esteem. It will destroy her confidence. It will destroy her happiness. So many things are involved. Her sanity is on the verge of. She's on the verge of depression and all
Hmm.
of that.
Nobody is worth that. Oh, please.
Mhm.
People shouldn't give energy and attention to what is not deserving. Honestly. If you put in your best, do your best, try other options, get help, seek for therapy help. If it's spiritual help, you can actually be your own spiritual God, a father, because these days I don't even know which pastor to trust.
Oh, God bless you.
That's
Oh, how do
another
I
thing.
hug you now?
That
How do
is
I hug
another
you right
thing.
now?
Hug
How
her.
do I hug you right now? In
That,
fact, I want to give you a big hug. I want to hug
that,
you and peck your cheeks and kiss your cheeks and just kiss your cheeks.
I'm here receiving it, too. I received all of them.
We
Honestly,
that
can be
it's
is
our own spiritual director. Be your own.
yeah,
God, what happens to your knees? What happens to your lips? What happens to your hand? I don't
yes.
go through anybody to speak to my God.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
don't need anybody to speak to my God. We are all sons and daughters of the Most High.
yeah,
Yeah.
So who says
yeah,
you are more superior before me in the eyes of God?
Mm-hmm.
And this is
exactly.
the reason one mistake a lot of women are making, running from pillar to post, from one so-called man of God to the other, making the situation worse and escalating the situation.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
I
Let,
always advise people to go through therapy, go through professionals.
Mm-hmm.
I trust them more. Sorry, this is me. I trust them more.
Yeah,
I
because
prefer
they are
for
neutral.
counseling.
They
Yeah.
They
are
are neutral.
neutral.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
they are
neutral.
neutral.
And if you
They
have
see
a
things
license,
from, they have the license. They
mm-hmm,
will be objective in
mm-hmm,
analyzing whatever thing you are going through. There will not be any sort of partiality because,
correct.
hey,
Yes.
Once you
they
show
don't.
any form of partiality, you lose your
Yes, there's no
license.
interest in the two people. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they are just neutral. So, from my point of perspective, too, my perspective is actually going to a neutral person.
Yeah.
First, I had said go to someone who has authority over the man, whom the man respects.
That is
And
still
then,
good.
yes. And if that is not working, and with our community, most of the time they run to their pastor. And that pastor thing is another kettle of fish entirely,
Yeah.
because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of homes have been destroyed also by running to the pastor.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. I have a very vivid and some things. There is one particular. Let me. Sorry, guys. Let me quickly welcome some people who came in. Four Corners, you're welcome. Black Money Corp, I don't know if you're still here, you're welcome. Um, Mr. Smith, 254, you are welcome. Glorious Reality, you are welcome. Ma'am Ifechi is still here, and I'll quickly take some chats. Cindy Star had said the man was using reverse psychology on her. Um, yeah, and she was saying something about black men. Black parents can do better in raising their male children. Yeah. Okay. Then Gigi Masibo Empire had said, not everyone you date you should marry. Not your first person must be okay. Not It's not your first person that must be your last person. You should allow you should try other people, or you should try, and you're allowed okay, if you fail, you are allowed to fail. You should try, and if you try and you don't succeed, you are allowed to fail. So she's saying, in essence, it's not everybody that you date that you must marry. So don't see a husband material in everybody you date. um and if you try and you fail, that it is okay to fail and start again. So, in essence, it's not marriage should not be a desperate measure, sort of. I think that's what she's trying to uh, say. Cindy, I don't think it's a black man's problem. Somebody is telling Cindy that he doesn't think it's a black man's problem. I know plenty of white men with the same issues. Okay, that's from Gordon, and Gordon is not a black man, so he can relate with what we are talking about. And he says he knows plenty of white men with these same issues. So it's a universal thing we are discussing. It doesn't have to do with only black men. It's a human issue, you know. What should I say?
Yeah, you're right. It
Yeah.
affects every race. It affects every society. It's
Yes.
not peculiar to one. It affects everybody.
Yes, it affects everybody. And I think Lady Ifechi had said something. Let me see if I can get it. Okay. She said, you have spoken my mind, Oyoyo. We are all men and women of God and can go to our Heavenly Father without any judgment from those people. Yes, yes, that's true. Okay, so I was going to tell a short, very short story of James Guy Gap. You're welcome. I was going to tell a very short story of a woman who was going through stuff from her husband. Actually, she went through domestic violence, right, abuse, and all that stuff from her husband, and it got to an extent that I'm not. These people are not small people. It got to an extent that when the driver comes in the morning to pick the wife to work, for work, sometimes an argument will start, and this man, to the extent of, uh, you know, beating up his wife in the presence of the driver, and even tearing the clothes that she was dressed in to go to work. Right? It got to that extent. So she decided to take it to their pastor. And first time, pastor said, "Oh, go and apologize to him. The man is the head of the home, blah, 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 blah." Second time, the same thing. Third time, and then it got to the level that one of these people every night will go to bed with a knife under his pillow. Right? It got to that extent. So eventually, the woman had to move out of that house. And when she went to church, when she went to church, the man, I will not say church started criticizing her. It was the man, the head of that particular church, that stigmatized her, that now started, judging her and condemning her. Sometimes he will come to the pulpit and you know how they preach, and then he will give example of this woman who has refused to stay with the husband, blah 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 blah, and he wouldn't mention her name, but it's obvious that she was the one he was talking about. So bringing things that happened in someone else's home, you bring it to the pulpit and you start spreading it on the pulpit and start condemning the woman and all that stuff, right? That was the extent to which that pastor went to destroying her reputation. So finally, she had to leave the church, and now her case got worse because this is a woman who was going through stuff. And she thought, okay, if I went to the pastor would, try and remedy the situation for them. Maybe talk to the man because the man was really out of hand. She couldn't handle him anymore. He then decided to turn it all around and stigmatize the woman. So the woman I'm talking about, this thing happened a long time ago, and right now the woman is married, has remarried, right? And she is in heaven with her marriage right now. She tells anyone who cares to listen that this is what she went through, and this is now that she never knew that marriage could be this sweet, right? So it's a success story now for her. But before then, this is what she had gone through. And I'm just saying this short story to say that I'm not saying every pastor is like that, or that every man of God is like that, or that every church is like that. But some of the churches and some of the pastors don't help matters. So if for example, this woman that has brought this thing to us is going to that kind of church, for example, I don't think I don't think the pastor is going to help her in that situation. So I had also given her this, example, and told her, "Oh, the kind of pastor that you have. If he can listen to him, fine. Let her go to him. But if he does not listen to his pastor, or the pastor does not have enough, he does not have enough respect to listen to his pastor, then I think the best person to go to is a neutral person, maybe a therapist or something like that." So I don't know. That's why I said, "Oh, let other people talk. Let it not be only me who would give her that suggestion." But
No,
yeah,
we're here listening. We're here listening. Some time back, I was accused by a pastor, a general overseer at that, not even just an ordinary pastor, a general overseer who owns a big church in Abuja and two other branches here. And I was devastated that this is where I worship. And back then, before I left completely. I was devastated with this accusation from somebody I look up to as a spiritual guide, a spiritual help.
Mm.
And I didn't know how to go about it because I fear him, or should I say, I respect him a lot.
Yeah,
So you can
respect.
imagine how I felt when I heard the things he told my friend that I said. And it got me thinking, when and how, where, how did I come about this? I was so devastated that I was bent on confronting him one on one in the
Wow.
church. He was my pastor. I was bent. I cried. Like
Mm.
if somebody I sit under to listen to as a pastor that preaches to me, somebody that should lead me to the right direction, that should counsel me, can say these things. How much more? And I tried all my best to get to him one on one and confront him. He kept avoiding. Each time I tried to see pastor, they would say he's not around, he's not around. Until one day I got mad after service because it was eating me up. And I know it's a lie. I knew it. I know it's a lie. You know this, this is a lie. So I barged in. And he said,
Mm.
who gave me right to barge into his office? I said, because I need to trash this once and for all. You have been
Mm.
avoiding me, and I can't take it any longer. If this will make me stop coming to your church, so be it. And I threw it to him, and he just laughed and said, that is not what I told your friend. That is
Mm.
not it. I said, this is what she and her mother told me. Her mother couldn't be lying. They both couldn't be lying. The way he was trying to dodge the issue, I just told him, I said, you know what? Now I know you are fake. Now I know you are evil, and I don't care. He started threatening my life. He said, look, if I try any nonsense, he will deal with me. I said, you don't know
Wow.
the God I serve. That I worship under you, and I worship as a member in this church. Because I was a new member, actually, just 3 months in that church. I said, if this is how you walk, you operate, people fear you. You can accuse people anyhow and get away with it. I am not that kind of person. So now you have proven to me that you lied against me. And this is the end of it. I left that church, and trust me, I left every other church. I was so broken spiritually. In fact, I lost faith in the church completely.
Cindy.
I
Did
lost faith in the church.
you see Cindy's
Cindy, I saw her
comment?
comment.
That's why I'm laughing.
Because already I was actually seeing some shady things going on in the church and all that. And he knew that I knew certain things, and he tried to accuse me wrongly so that he would shut me up for what?
Yeah, that's what they
So
do.
he
They
now
want to
resorted to
intimidate
accusing
you.
me, laying false accusation on me, a new member. That was it. And I left. I
Mm.
left and I washed my hands and my feet. It's been over 10 years now. I removed
Wow.
my hand and my legs from anything called church. I worship my God alone now.
Oh, oh,
Because the
that was
accusation was massive. It was big. It messed me up spiritually.
mm.
And I
And you
said,
see, this
if
is
men of God can do this to a member,
yeah,
no. So it's better for the woman to go to a neutral person, go seek
yes,
a professional help, go to a counselor, or talk to
yes.
somebody a very good friend who is not biased. If you know his friends are biased, then go to a professional who is neutral and will give you a balanced advice.
Yeah.
And avoid all these magicians. Let me not say too much.
Thank you very much for the contribution. Thank you. Thank you to two of you. I don't know if Oyoyoswad is still here. Yes, she is still here. Thank you so very much. I think she would I have already sent the link to her so that I'm sure she would be a bit relieved from the contributions that
Host, there is this thing I believe in. Marriage is not a do or die affair. It's
yes, I believe in that too.
you remain in marriage. And to me, people see divorce as the worst thing. I don't see, I see divorce as an opportunity for you to rediscover yourself. That's
Yeah.
the way I look at it. So, from where we are from, you understand, they shame women when they go through divorce and all of that. But here is the opposite. When a trust is broken, like Spicy said, it's difficult to be. In fact, let me use a layman understanding. Break a bottle, break that bottle, try gum it together. Let's see if that bottle can ever come back together.
No way.
If you pick the pieces and take it to the molder, the bottle will still fall short. It's not gonna be the same size as it was originally.
Not at all.
Something is gone wrong somewhere, and it can be amended if the willing parties are willing to give it another shot. Whereby the parties are not willing to give it another shot, it becomes a problem. And when it's a problem, how do you get out of a problem? If you give that problem, you're 101% short on getting it to work. And if it's not working, you don't have to live to die there. Look at the story you just told about somebody that will go to bed with a knife under the pillow.
Yeah.
Look at what happened to us in, right? Because of what the church will say, what the society will say. To hell with the society. If the church we are talking about is not a physical building, the church, your heart, your relationship with God, that's where it's. If that relationship is not giving you the conviction that I am going to die here if I continue, like just what happened to Sinai, then the person will definitely die there. Because you need to
Yeah.
sit down when nobody is there. My mother is a widow. She used in many days we saw her do that several times. She will just bring her head and sit down and say, God, this is your kids. And I'm here. She'll be talking to this book. By the time she finished emptying her whole mind and she feels better as if God has spoken to her. We didn't see anybody she was talking to. She was like, Jehovah in Australia. There are some questions you throw at God. By the time you finish meditating, you'll find some revelation in the Bible where you go and read and get encouraged.
Yes.
Read and get and
Yes.
you now think about the whole second. If I continue this direction, am I going to the end or something going to me? We have situations where the next thing they will call us. Which one is better? If you have children, think about what will happen to them in your act. Then it will help you form a very good opinion on what you want to do. Marriage is not by force. I entered marriage with my eyes wide open. In fact, tear to the back. And I told my husband, the day I stop being a joy, make we begin think of how to dissolve it. Because I don't want skin pain. I don't want skin pain at all. In fact, I've gotten enough skin pain in the stress of life. So people should have a mindset of independency. What is beneficial to me? What will benefit my children? And what does God think about me? And not what the society thinks, what the pastor will think. Look at the pastor coming to pulpit to that. Then what will happen to Catholic priests? Do you know how many confessions they hear in a
Oh.
And we don't hear it in the pulpit
at all.
Then a Pentecostal pastor, you go out for counseling, they will use it to do topic the next Sunday.
Yes. In fact, this thing that you said, I have seen a young girl cry out of church. This is live. This is not something that I was told, and a very close person experienced this. That she went to church, and you know how they'll go to church, and at the end of service, head of the church would like, oh, how are you, and all that pleasantries. Then she's not married. So the head of the church now asked her, oh, so when are you even going to bring a husband? Something like that. And this question has become like a habit. So she said to him, oh, I can't manufacture a husband. Besides, you, the head of the church, you are my spiritual father. You have not brought a man to me that I said No, I don't want to marry. So this question that you're always asking me is too, I don't like it. Don't ask me this kind of question because it's like you're giving me pressure. My parents did not pressurize me like this. So why will I be facing pressure from you? A very outspoken young lady, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that on Sunday, the pastor took his microphone, not my own microphone. He took his microphone and he started preaching.
Serious.
He started preaching, yes. And he said, oh, some people here, when you talk to them about bringing a husband, they take offense and blah, 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 blah. Of course, she knew, he said it to the extent that she was embarrassed. She cried out of church that day. So some pastors are just so used to that thing, some Pentecostals. And that is why I respect churches where you read the Bible, you talk on what you have read. Just
Mhm.
tell me what you have read and discuss. Forget about your personal opinion and your personal experience. Don't bring it into it because everybody has their personal opinions and personal experiences.
Yeah.
So if we all begin to bring our personal experience into the word of God, then the things that somebody have told you in secrecy and in confidence, confidentiality or whatever it is, will come out in the open. It will seep into that microphone and everybody will get to hear what was told as a confession or as a something that I have told you in confidence so that you can give me counsel, so that you can counsel me on it or something. It's so some way, so somehow.
And I believe the pastor is an African, right?
Oh, of course,
And that's the reason.
of
Some,
course.
sometimes if you think your home church is not good, go and try another church and see what they teach.
Yeah.
An Oyibo pastor will not ask you relationship when you're in a
This happened in Africa, not here, of course. If it happens here,
you
that
can't.
will be the last day in church. That
I
will be the last day.
I guess we all saw what happened over the week. I think after Sunday, this American pastor that came confessing and tithing. So that will be an open.
Something is wrong with the audio. I can hardly. It's not coherent anymore.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, maybe my washer was beginning to make noise. So the pastor, American pastor, is it Dollar or something,
Okay.
saying that teaching over the years about tithing is all wrong. That he apologizing to the church in humility, and his teaching going forward is going to be different. So for people
Wow.
that, yeah, it's a big confession on his part. He now said,
Coming from him is a renowned. I know him. Oh, he's a very old man. Not
very
a.
big church.
Yes, very.
And he has been to many Nigerian churches, those churches that you must do your tithing. If not, you're not a true believer. So
Yes.
I now said,
Let him do restitution. Let him
then
return all
that's
those
where I'm
things to
coming
the
from.
poor.
When I now
Let him
discussed
do
that with my
restitution.
husband, do you know what my husband asked me? My husband said, is he going to now start refunding all the tithing money that he collected and bought
For
private?
how many years? Decades. This since I was born, I've been hearing of that man.
That's what I'm saying. So is he going to return the money? That's financial restitution. That's what he should start doing now. So
Yeah, that is it.
people should be careful who they take counsel from. If you can understand the Bible, there are this kind of Bible that come with interpretation by the side. Buy it.
Yeah.
It will break it down for you to understand.
Yes.
So
Or you buy a version that you can understand.
understand those simple
Simple
English
version.
versions.
There's so many simple versions of
Yeah.
these
How
days.
can you teach tithing for over 2 decades and then you're not coming to say that the teachings are all wrong? I mean, where will you start from? How many people
Wow.
collect tithe from? It was on the news. It was after his Sunday mass, so it was on the news the
So
whole year.
this pastor that you mentioned, I think he has a private jet or
He
something.
has private. That was the question my husband told me. See,
Yes.
I've been warning you about this tele-evangelical. That here he called them television evangelical. That how many people is he going to refund money to? Because and I hope
Oh wow.
the government is not going to come in there, because it will now look like fraud if you say you were
Yes.
wrong. And if the government should come in there, trust Obodo Igbo government, now they don't take those things, is you must pay compensation back.
Yes. Yes.
You understand? So,
They
and
don't mind selling off all the assets to offset that.
yes,
Yeah.
especially if the church people will come forward to say, yes, I tithe, I've been in that church for 20 years, and Americans, they keep record of their all their finances. You understand?
Yeah.
So they will say that I've tithed over maybe 100,000 since I started coming here. How many would the man pay back to? But that aside, the reason why I brought it here,
Wow.
some pastors, they've misled people, they've led to broken homes. And
Yes.
even some people allow their members to sit in quietness and die in the name of the being married, that want to remain married. People
Mm.
know how to sit for judgment with their God. God, please direct me, and not just what the pastor will say, what the church will say. This is what I'm going through. Help me. If you can't talk to your parents, there is always somebody that you might find, or you seek for a professional help if you're
Yes.
going through problem. Mediators are there. They are licensed to decide. They are not going to tell you what you're going to do. They are going to tell you the angles and opportunities on how to make your relationship work. They are not gonna take side. And even if you notice that your own mediator is taking side, you can report to the board immediately. All
Yeah.
these things are available. Nobody should die in a marriage because I want to stay married. No. Anyway, let me
Absolutely.
rest it here.
Absolutely. You are correct. Nobody should die in a marriage because you want to stay married. It's not a do or die affair. It's not a do or die affair. Yes, we know that every relationship is a work in progress. We know that marriage takes a lot of work. We know that, but we also know that marriage should be enjoyed because marriage is honorable. Even God Himself said it, that marriage is honorable. So if something is
Oh,
honorable,
yes.
yes, you should enjoy such a union. It's not a union for competition and accusation and pride, inflation, and all those things that are going on in some people's marriages. And if it becomes too difficult and is costing you your sanity and costing you your happiness, no more peace, and you're getting BP over it, hey, do something about it. I mean, you don't have to die in a marriage. Ah, like someone told me, oh, our sister is, she was a martyr. I said, what kind of martyr is that? Is she Apostle Paul or is she Stephen, the one that was stoned to death? How can you tell me I think it's in one of my videos. How can you tell me she was martyred because she went through domestic abuse and eventually lost her life in that marriage? That's not anything matter. But in fact, she's going to give account to God. Let me not even go there. But it's true. She has to give account to God on how she spent her life. And God is not going to say, "Oh, okay, welcome, my daughter. Yes, you were beaten to death. So therefore, that is go and take your mansion. The life I gave you. Why did you stay there? Why did you stay there for someone else to beat you to death and, you know, cut short of the life that you're supposed to live longer than this time? There are things like that. So people, I don't know how some people think. I don't know. They think backwards or something. I don't understand it. Anyways, thank you. Thank you so much. The people who came in earlier on, I see you all. I see you all. Um, Morgan, Experienced Africans, you are welcome. Juba Bruce Love TV, you are welcome. Thank you all so much for coming in. Ovia Hair Bundles, thank you. Andrew TV, I see you. I see you. Yeah, thank you all so very much. I hope we are learning from this discussion. Me, I am learning a lot. I'm learning a lot. Yes, world. Thank you, sis. Thank you so very much. Spice it up with Omadia. Thank you very much, sis. You've done very well, both of you, for coming up, throwing more light into this discussion. And I hope that by the time the person listens, and other people too who have not come out to say what they are going through, or who cannot even come out to say what they are going through, I'm sure that they will come back and listen to this. So based on that, I'm not going to allow this to run too far. Maybe in another 10 minutes I would end the LS, so that whoever wants to come back and listen to it can come back and listen to it and learn some lessons, right? So let me see if there are things in the chat that I'll be able to get out. Host, thank you for an interesting discussion tonight. Thank you too, Gordon, for listening to us. Thank you all, everybody who has been here listening to us. Thank you so much. Cindy says anyone that died in a domestic violence failed herself. Yes, because you could have left. It's okay to be single. Andrew TV said it's okay to be single. Yes. He's planning something else, another avenue to this. I use good news. Yes, you can use good news. Is, I mean, any Bible that you see that has simple English. Even these days, there is a street language. There is a street jargon language. There is the message version. Street, as in the way we talk on the street, the version is there. At least if you read it, you'll understand what the word of God is saying. Read the Bible by yourself. You don't have to read it. Even if a pastor preaches and you hear from the pulpit, still go home and read by yourself. So you'll be able to you make yourself you'll be familiar with what the word of God says. Read by yourself. You read by yourself. Buy the one that you can read and understand. Yes. Yes. Ovie hair bundles. That's what happened. Gigi, no beer tonight. Driving tomorrow. Okay. All right. So don't mind the pastor. Let him go. Okay. I think the chat has been covered. Instead of believing in God, they believe in a son of a woman. Lost generation. That's from Gigi Masibo Empire. Yes. Yes, that's another thing. Oh, multi-service Fontegi, you are welcome. Thank you for coming. That's another thing people do. Instead of believing the word of God, they believe the pastor said, okay, my pastor said, they start quoting their pastors. My pastor said, I have heard that, oh my goodness, a lot of time. My pastor said, you are telling the person, oh, this is practical thinking. Do this, read the Bible, see what the word of God says. Okay, do this. Why don't you do this? Why don't you follow it this? They will tell you, oh, my pastor said, instead of saying the Bible says, right? Okay, moment to Koti. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. Perhaps you might want to rewatch because we've come a long way. Lady Porch TV, thank you. Success Story TV, thank you so much. Our discussion tonight is how do you deal with false accusations from a partner or from people around you? We've said so much. Oyoyo's World has said so much. Spices of Odomadia has said so much. And then people have also contributed in the chat. Lady Fechi has said some things. Cindy Star has said some things. Gigi Masibo Empire has said some things. Gordon Westcott has said some things and all that. So we've talked a lot. We've been talking for almost 1.5 hours, 1 hour, 24 minutes precisely. So perhaps you would want to replay so that you can See, because this is a deep discussion, this has to do with someone, what someone is currently going through, and the person is at the verge of losing it, and at the verge of also, separating from her um partner, and they have kids in that marriage. So it's a very serious situation, all right? So perhaps you go through, and then if there is any other thing we want to talk about or contribute to it, does anybody else have anything else to contribute or talk about?
Okay, first, I'll be leaving now, be going down now.
Okay.
Let me quickly fix dinner. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing time here with you. And thank you so much, Oyoyo's word. Amazing woman. God bless you so much. Thank
Amen.
you. And for everyone who has contributed on the chat, you all have been amazing. Thank you so much. It's been a great time here. All right. So I'll leave you guys until your next live. We'll meet
Yeah,
again.
thank you. Thank you so much, Omadia. Thank you. It was
Yeah.
very good to have you here. Thank you so much, and your input has been so, 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 so helpful. And I'm sure it's going to be useful to the person concerned, same as Oyoyo's world.
And
So thank you
as
very much.
host, I'll be
Yes.
coming down to allow you to round up. Please, whoever that is hearing our voice right now, if you can rewatch this, I believe there is one or two things you pick from it. Thank you for having me, host, and for everybody in the comment section, right in the chat room. Thank you guys for an amazing evening.
Thank you. And you too. So, guys, that was Oyoyo's world. And spice it up with Omadia. If you don't have these two amazing women, please check them up and connect with them and stay with them. You will gain a lot from what they have to tell you in with their videos. Go check out their videos and stay with their houses, their channels. All right. I am blessed to have had the two of you come up here to talk to us, and I'm sure that the person who we are discussing her issues or the issues that she's going through will be we'll have some things to, new things to try out and salvage her sanity, salvage her happiness, and salvage her peace, salvage her health, because she is on the verge of losing it all. All right. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I cannot thank you enough. And the chat, thank you all so much for those people who have, you know, put chats through in the chat, who have contributed by way of comments. Thank you all so much. And for everyone who has come around, I'd like to thank you all so very much. I appreciate your presence here, and I appreciate your input into this discussion. Yes, we have discussed someone's issue, right? Life issue that the person is going through, and I believe this is going to help the person. But at the same time, I believe that we all will have one or two things to learn. For those of us who are married, you have one or two things to learn. And for those of us who are still single and who would like to get married, yes, we also have a lot to learn from this. So when we're walking into a relationship, it will help us to keep our eyes open and look out for those signs, you know, look out for those signs. You know that when you have when you're having someone, you're seeing someone or you're dating someone, and the person is constantly falsely accusing you, you know what it's going to lead to. So you know what to do at the right time. If you see those signs and those red flags, please make a decision and save the situation in time, because a broken relationship is better than a bad marriage. A bad marriage where you will now have to begin to, deal with um, serious issues like this, like losing your sanity, or it starts affecting your health, or it starts affecting your psychology, and all of that. Okay. So thank you all so very much. God bless us all, and have a very good night. Enjoy the rest of your day. Till Friday, we're going to have another live stream. Yes. And by tomorrow and next, I'll drop some videos. All right. Please, if you have connected with anyone here, please stay connected and visit each other, support each other. When we go visiting, please let's support each other. That is a way to survive, all right? Both in real life and on the streets of Whitey. Okay, till I come your way again. My name is Princess and I remain Princess. And thank you also very much. God bless you all. Yes, Spice It Up with Owadia. Thank you so much for coming and for contributing so very much to this discussion. God bless you all and God bless us all. Bye, everyone. Yeah, yeah. Thank you, everyone, from Oyoyo's World and from Ma'am Lady Ifechi family. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to Lady Ifechi family. She says, bye, everyone. Cindy Style gives Oyoyo's World a hug. Yes, Lady Posh. Thank you, Ma. God bless. Thank you, Lady Posh. Glorious Reality. Thank you so very much. Yeah, yeah. And Gordon Westcott. Thank you also very much. All right, guys. Till I come your way again, be safe and stay blessed. Bye bye.